Hi everybody, good morning. I'm continue doing previous room. I didn't do walkthrough for them. I'm doing part of web fundamental. I'm doing this room upload vulnerabilities. This is the room. Upload vulnerabilities. A tutorial room exploring some basic file. Upload vulnerabilities in websites. Of course, we have a couple of tasks here. We're talking about um, Overwriting. This one it's not like part of real life, to be honest. Remote code execution, you get shell, filtering, bypass client side filtering, bypass server side filtering, file extension, bypass server side filtering, magic numbers, methodology, and then we have a nice challenge. uh, okay, you didn't reset this room. Reset progress. So getting started, please read the following style. This is just a setup. This is a bit strange setup for this room. The instruction of this task will help you configure the host file in your device. The host file you use to this one because it uses a subdomain, but I had issue with it when I do it. It's like if you start with VPN or something, and then uh, you switch to the edge this attack box, it doesn't work for some reason. The setup of this room doesn't make sense in the back end, to be honest, because it's also here it tell you having duplicate enter in the host file or having an anonymous VPN active alongside. I'm not sure this should blame it in the system. If the web server was properly configured for subdomain like this is a subdomain. First of all, it tell you don't use this one, so I'm not sure why it was added. So the setup it was able because if it's using Apache, I'm not sure because the challenge later on use Node.js. I'm not sure the complexity of things, but it's very strange. But because our subdomain, we can see the IP and we have all the subdomain they give us to us, so we can just copy that file. Uh, Basically, if you're on Linux system, you don't need to confuse. Windows is a bit tricky. You need to go to that file. But most time, if you're doing pen testing, you're not using Windows Engineer. You're using Kali or Linux or something. So I don't see the reason to use Windows when you're doing pen testing. The tools I have here is, of course, I start Burp. I have Burp. I have Firefox is open, and of course I have the terminal. Now because now in attack box you already root, so you don't need to do sudo because I'm already root here. Uh, so we just go to vim etc host file. Did I copy? Let's see. I didn't. Let's copy this one. Control C, Control V. Okay, it's there. You can just put it here. It doesn't need to be end or not end. Because if the server is configured correctly, you not have problem because anyway adding this the setup is strange because subdomain in Apache will be straightforward. I'm not sure because of the challenge later on. This is the challenge. So to confirm it's everything working, just take the first one. Let's save this one. Let's go to after you saving it. Of course, you come here. No, it's not working. So I need to restart. This is the problem where you get. I got it last time. Even I didn't have a VPN on. I didn't have a VPN on. I was testing the room this morning, uh, and you can see it's dead. I just what I did. I switched off. I cancel the room and I start a new session. So basically, I tried it yesterday. It didn't work until I wake up in the morning and I started again. And you can see now It tell you, please read installation task 1. You must access this server with one of the following virtual hosts. Well, basically, you can see we accessing through overwrite, but it tell you no. If you ask any of them, it tell you no like that. So the question is, where is the cache or whatever happened in this room? Because I start the machine new. So if I start new attack box and I start a new um, a new instance, so both are new, but somehow it doesn't work. So you need to refresh something. I don't know what exactly I need to refresh. Let me pause for a moment to figure it out. Otherwise, I need to restart the machine. Let's see that. Let me pause. Hi everybody, I'm back. I just restarted the machine. I got my new IP. So I restarted the machine. I got my new IP. I updated the IP here. And now I can see the one. So at least now it's working. But you can see this issue of this room. Something in the setup or DNS or whatever they're doing, it's not right. Um, so we can see we have this. So we could in this part. So let's finish. Let's see what. So the idea is, of course, start, and if you're using Linux, you just put that, and then make sure you put. This is just for your new. Whenever you put something in ETS or start the machine, must delete it or just change the IP. So if, for example, the machine, you start the machine, change the IP to reflect the machine IP. This one I saw me swear wherever, because he knows the room creator is something very sensitive in this room. That's why all these things. A normal way, if you have this in Apache 7 Linux, adding subdomain is not a big problem. So the issue this room is an old setup. Maybe it was old that time. It wasn't. I'm not sure. Like for example, why the need of this one, because they tell you mustn't use this one. So I'm not sure how the room was configured. But in any case, maybe because of the it's possibly because of the last challenge, uh, some kind of configuration. I don't know. Let's do task 2, introduction. Okay, this one is more about introduction, about uploading file, being profile picture, social media, reports, so file upload are everywhere. When unfortunately, when handled badly, file upload can be also be open severe vulnerability in the server. This can lead to anything from relatively minor nuisance problem all the way up to full remote. That's what usually the dangerous one, the RCE. If an attacker managed to upload and execute a shell with a restricted upload access to the server and the ability to retrieve data at will, an attacker could deface or otherwise alter existing content up to and including injection malicious web page, which lead to further vulnerabilities such as XSS, CSRF, by upload arbitrary file. In any case, the purpose of this room is to explore some of the vulnerabilities resulting from improper or inadequate handling of file. Overwriting existing file on the server. This is a straightforward things. Upload. Usually that's what they use, random number things. Like upload and executing shells in the server, bypassing client-side filtering, bypassing various kind of server-side filtering, fully content type validation check. Okay, this is some kind of room you can do web enumeration. What the shell room? Okay, let's start now. Oh, we still don't start. Task 3 general methodology. We're talking about GoBuster Weaponizer. You can install this Weaponizer as an extension. You have Burp Suite, things like that. Yeah, basically what it means, if we starting now in this room, like if you are first time in this room, you have the IP. The first thing we do in general. In general, I will do Rust scan for example, Rust. Scan first the IP to make sure what they have. Here they already gave us the subdomain, but sometimes if you're doing real things, I don't want to do subdomain because the room created it doesn't, I don't access this one for whatever reason. So you can see 80 and 22 are open. uh, of course GoBuster is installed, and we have also this. We'll start using them now. When we start using now, for example, overwriting existing file, this one you can see tell you don't install don't extend this part. So basically here you give us an example. You have an image, check the code, upload the picture, and then override the picture, and then this, and then our example be override upload vulnerability.html, because room it use these demo things, is going to the demo for description, but for us we're not using the demo, we're using this. So the first one is this file. Usually one habit is good when you do apps. Try to do this whenever you do app. Let's make a zoom, because the room is just upload. Let's switch sorry, I did a mistake. Click there, so switch to right so you can see half screen. Close this one. One thing else you can do is where is that thing? We don't need it today, but for this one we don't see too much there. So let's make our debugger more bigger, because this is we want to see more in this side. Let's make this zoom. So you can see here, this is the inspector. Here you can see the folders images, but of course you can go to the classic. You can just go I'm not going to the image, view page source, for example. You can come here, uh, and you can see this one. The first thing, okay, the SSS, we're not interested on them. You can see it tell you there's an image folder. We have display none. This is where things. We have a name of the image. We have mountain.jpg. Of course, whenever you do this, because now we are in this. We're starting with this one. So usually, what you do is you come here. You go. Let's clear this one. You go to GoBuster is already installed. Your directory -u http. You can do GoBuster, you can go with FAF, but for now just you just start. So you can start with GoBuster -word. In attack boss, the word list is user share word list buster directory to medium electron. You can see pick up the image, the CS and GS and font. We don't like to waste. We know that there is an image folder there. Whenever you find it like that, you can go to it in case you find something on it. So you can say, okay, that's images. Forbidden is not mean it is not indexes, because we already know there is an image there, the image called mountains.jpg. So we can confirm it exists, mountains.jpg. Oh, I spell it wrong. MOUN, what I did. So the image is there because it said forbidden, because the index file is not there. So there's no index.php or .html file. So why am I going there? So we have now the upload file. So the idea, because you see this one is not the same as he said, open your web browser, navigate to that. You're going to write a file on the web server and upload your own. What is the name of the image file which can be overwritten? Okay, in this one you can see there's only one image file called mountains.jpg. So that's the only image that we can think about it. Mountain. So we can test it now, but let's assume it's that one for a moment. Um, what I was doing again. Yeah, so the other things is the network tab. This one is also important. If you refresh it, it tell you what is calling. Look, it calling this script.js. This is jQuery. It's normal. We have the image, so we can see what is this. What this JS file is. It. Uh, let's go back. What I'm doing now, because I'm zooming it. We can go to debugger and then you can see this file JS or that will be called. Uh, you click there to see it. Uh, choose file accessible. So this one is not a filtering, just upload to access message and hide and things like that. So it's not filtering for us. Now, because the first task is straightforward. So if we test, let's test an image. So if I test, for example, from there, I can go root. There's an images there with the folder pictures. Let's take image called. Let's take the first one. What's this image to make sure we can see it? Let me save it. Upload. Let's see if it's there. Yeah, so we have it. So the idea now, we need to overwrite an image. The image that we want to overwrite is this one, mountain.jpg. I don't have an image, but what we can just do this. It's not really too much things. Linux can just go to the image folder, go to, where is that pictures? Do we have a JPG? Oh, we have a JPG. Just rename this one. We rename it at mountain.jpg. So the idea, because a reason why possibly because remember when we upload an image, a name stay the same. The server doesn't change the name. That's part of the problem. Usually, most of the modern, when you upload file in PHP wherever, you don't you make it random or something, so you don't keep the same name. Now if I go now to again and upload that mountain.jpg file. Hello. Now it's mountain, so if I upload, now it's upload. If I go there, no, let's go. What? It stay the same image. What's happening? Control F5. Control F5 is cache. Control F5 to force the cache out. So now we got, and we got the first flag. So we could, in that case, uh, now we can go there. So we finish the first. Now if we come here now, let's go to the next one. Before we get to the next one, let's clear what we did here, so we can mix. We don't mix our files. Now the next one will be, after we did override, the next one will be shell. So this is the one that will do shell. So let's go back there. Let's take this shell here. Now we go into to the same problem before. Refresh. Control F5. It was cache because I did open it before. So Control F5. We done with this. So let's lock this one out. Let's follow the remote code execution is well and good. Overwriting files that exist in the server. That's a nuisance to the person maintaining the site and may lead to some vulnerabilities. But let's go further. Let's go for LRCE. Remote code execution will allow us to execute code arbitrarily in the web server. While this is likely to be a low privileged web user like wdata Apache, for example, it is extremely serious vulnerabilities. So of course, depend of the server, like it's in Django, PHP, Python. So you need to know which framework is you're using. Uh, File length limit has been imposed. All this type of restriction when you upload a file. That's what this room is for. We have, you can see the room use always demo. We have an RCE, we have GoBuster, we have a plugin file, plugin image, and then we get the shell. And the shell is using a simple shell. We'll try to do more complex ones. And then we go to shell. Let's do, for example, here. Let's go the class as I said. Whenever we start this, we can keep the same scenario. So always we go to our Go shell buster. We can keep. Uh, and we know the shell, and you can see it go to resources, so we can just cancel this one, not waste time. So we have resources there, control C. We can copy, we can go to resources, and you can see it's empty because let's confirm. Of course, whenever you start something like that, look, for example, here we can see is a script, that script.js. The rest are images, so we're not interested on them. If you go to debugger, then you can get that what's that script doing. So, and you click here to click in this little, what they call them, curvy things, so you can see the whole file how it look. Sorry, I did a mistake there. Don't stop. Sorry. Basically, you can do most of the stuff in the Firefox. So you can see here what you do. This one. No, there is no check in extension or something. This is still just straight sending. Uh, Chosen file, split val pop fade in. So it's not checking for us. So if I upload now a file, and let's say we go back to our pictures, and we can upload, for example, TryHackMe that one. Chosen file, upload. It upload fine. If I go there, of course, now the question is, can I upload a PHP file? No, it doesn't look there is a check and balance, but let's see. If you go there in you can see this one called reverse shell generator. My IP file type boss, we can just put 223.131 and I have 90. One thing I want to show you guys is the shell. I know that the room teach you to use nc-lvnp 9001. Let's do this one first. Now let me open a new tab. Let's call vimshell.php. The assumption is a PHP file. If I want to go there, I can scroll down here, look for PHP, the famous one is PHP Pentester Monkey, this one, and then we can just copy it and we can just paste it here in our Vim editor, and you can just save it. Now let's see if we can upload a PHP file for this. So if I do select file and I go to my root directory and go to shell, if it tell me shell, if I click, let me go to the network, upload 645. So there's no check. This one, it means upload anything. It doesn't have problem. So if we go to resource and I have a PHP, if I click on it, that theory I will get a shell now. If I go to my NC, I got a shell ID ls, and you can see it's not a stable shell. PW, so we can do cd var ls, that's the flag. If I can flag.txt and let me exit. You see, this shell is not it's not that stable shell. When you start doing more of rooms, TryHackMe, you need to. This one is resources. We already did this one. Uh, this shell, it's nicer. This one called Penelope shell. It's one of the. It's very nice shell. Installing it also it's easy. I can just run it in the Python 3. So all you need is just download it. I didn't copy. Because remember, the whole point, I can see I run it in minus P9001 because the shell is 901. Look how it looks nice. I go to menu and it said listening. So it's listening in 9001. I can go now back to my resources and just refresh the page, and I got, and it tell you there is shell there. So if I do sessions, it tell me session is 1. I do session 1, and look, now look how it's stable. I can do var, I do spaces, w, and I click. So it's sorry, less, and go to fly, because now you can auto you can see it's cut. I can auto completion and all of that. So yeah, what's this? Why is hanging? Okay, this one is dead. Let's close this one. So that's one way to do it. So we're done now with the, let's see if submit the thing. The next one after, let's leave this one there. The next one, let's clear this. Next one is shell. Now we have Java. So let's try the Java one. So we have the Java one. Java one is filtering. Up till now, we have largely been ignoring the counter defense employed by web developer to defend against file upload vulnerabilities. Every website that you have successfully attacked so far in this room have been completely insecure. So just the flag are open, you can upload whatever you want. Hey guys, it's going to rain. Give me a second, I need to close the window. 1 second. Hi everybody, sorry I was closing the windows. So basically now we end up is, when we talk about script being client side, in the context of web application we mean that it is running in the user browser as opposed on the web server itself. I will explain this now. Of course, now extension validation, basically um, this you have some kind of whitelist extension like say JPG, GIF, PNG, things like that. File type, because they use a MIME type here to confirm this one. You can see content type equal JPEG. That's we call it MIME validation. And then magic number. I think the next one. This one you need the hex editor to see them. Usually when you in hex editor you can see they have numbers. And the next one is file length filtering. File length filter are used to prevent a huge file from either size or the length or things like that. File name filtering. As touched upon previously, file upload to server should be unique, and that's what we have in a problem. That one. Additionally, file name should be sanitized and upload to ensure that they don't contain any bad characters. File content filtering. This is more complex things. Yeah, this is more complex things to inject PHP in the image and things like that. For now, what is the traditionally predominant server-side scripting? Yeah, that's a PHP, I think. I have a while didn't do this room. Okay. When validating by file extension, what would you call list accepted? This should be wise list. Research what MIME type will be expected to see when uploading CSV. I can go with the limb, it's just text CSV. Oh, we are not starting in that, just only just more task 6, it's raining, I hope it's not too much noise. Now we have this bypassing client-side filtering. What is doing it? Kill X post, submit what? There are 4 ways to bypass your average client-side file uploader. 10 of JavaScript will test this one. This way, provide the site doesn't require JavaScript in order to provide basic functionalities. Intercept with burp. Send file directly to the upload point. Why use the web page with a filter when you can send the file directly using tool like curl? Posting the data directly in the page. File parameter at file. What file parameter are you referring to? We can use that one, and then you have an example of again use demo. You know, suppose you have the client side, and then using burp. Let's do all of this so you can follow about how these things work. Are using it Java. So we already open our Java. Of course, you can go to view per source. We have the query that's normal. We have first load JS code, but we have this script that's called client-side filter. So let's see what this file do. Window unload function, you can see what you do. That's the filter here. If file type is not an image PNG, display none. So basically it must be an image PNG file. Okay, let's try to upload. If we upload, where is our images? I want to confirm first. How about invalid file type? So it's only accepting the PNG file. Did we? We didn't do that for Java. Let's do that for Java. Now we have images. So let's do the images folder. Now if I upload now this file, it said 6 file uploaded. I come back here and I can see my file is there. So we could in this now, so we can see the client side filter.js is the one that in the debug, of course, we can see this this client filter. So it's controlling the image there. We can also now, let's start using burp because to get some experience for it. The proxy concept is on. Remember when you do burp and wanted to do the not the proxy setting, where is the proxy? This one, request interception rule. This one, if you edit, we need to remove this GS part. This one. Yeah, so now we can intercept the GS files. So that's intercept is on. Let's go back to our there. We can come here to burp. Click burp there. Let's refresh. Let's remove this page. Now we have the burp here. So let's do, where is it? Java. You click here in this window. Right click. You say do intercept a response to this request. Now if I do forward, what's going on here? Oh, the cache is cached in the server. This GS is cached. You can see it said cached. So let's do Control F5. Let's do Control F5. So you need to clear your cache. Control F5 will have this one. Do intercept response to this. So we have forward. Now we got, I don't need this one. So our problem is this this script. This is the script that doing our problem. So we can just remove it. And then after you remove it, now we send it. Okay, the jQuery is needed. The script, that one is needed, and this one just needed. So we can do that one. Coffee icon, just forward it. We don't have problem with it. Now let's. Oh, we need to do a listener. A listener. A listener. Where is the listener? What's port I'm doing here? No, it's 90001. So nc minus l vmp 9001. Now let's upload our PHP file again. Now it look. Now if I go to burp, he said that one. That's how the PHP file. I can just press forward, and then yeah, and we got success. So forward finish. Now if we go to index images and refresh this, we don't have our image. No, let's stop burp here. Disable burp. Now if I refresh, I can see my shell appearing, and if I click on it, uh, it's a freezing. Where are you? Now we got an ID and a cd var w, the flag cat flag.txt, and we got our image, and we got our flag. So basically here, to recap, let's do exit here. the the idea here of this story, let's close that. So the idea is, because when before you send this script run in this browser, that's why we need to intercept. You can see it here. So this script, client side filter, run inside the client server. So before you click, when you select a file, look here, when you do file name, file upload ID, upload display none. If you look here, it said onload, Windows onload, when it page get unloaded, document get by ID, file select. So the file select, this one, it's basically this one. So when you select a file, automatically do the check and make sure it's an image. So this one, it happen when you click this button. When you click this button, this one get called. So if we can cancel this, we done. So let's do this trick. Remember, now we did this in Burp. Now let's do it in Firefox. Let's refresh everything. Control F5. Let's copy shell to a.php, for example. Now if I do nc -lvmp 9001, let leave it go. So if I upload now, select a.php, I said file type invalid. Okay, now I look for this script. This is the script that making problem, this client things. I can just click here. You see, you can just do this and click block URL, you see, and it come here, and it's I say blocked. Cool. Now I go back to network, refresh this thing. You see, now I'm blocking it. It's red, you know. Now if I do select now, I don't have problem, because this one is blocked, you see. If I go now to this, where is that folder? This is my a.php file, and I have the shell. Who am I? Let's exit. So you have two ways to solve it. You can just block the client GS. Remember why we can block this thing. The reason why we can block it, because this GS file, where is, you see, it doesn't exist here, because this GS file is only check. Remember that in the room, where is it, that thing? So you remember we did all of this, so you can see that we did this room correctly. This step, I don't know, it's a double things, like rename it to JPG and then intercept, and then that's one way to do it, because in here he just rename it to JPG, and then change the type when it's in, this is extra step. No, there's no need for it, because you can just, because this script just do the check-in, so we can block it straight from here. So either you block it here or you use burp forward as we did here. So now we're done with this task. Let's go to the next one. The next one is bypassing server-side filtering file extension. It means that's why the rule never do don't count on the browser filtering. So you always check the server. The server, for example, client side filter are easy to bypass because it happened at the client side. You can see the code for them. Even if it's been obfuscated, we need to process before you can read it. But what happens when you can't see or manipulate the code? Basically here, imagine you have an application like that. I need to check for extension PHP, PHTML. uh, for example here it check, so it do filter. In this case the code is looking for a dot point, and then in the file name use that confirm the extension, so it's checking .php, .html, and that's for example what it accepts. So that is what we'll be trying to bypass here. Other way to code could be we can include searching for the first period in the file name or splitting. There's a lot of rooms about this extension bypass and tricks. But remember now, if you go to this page in Wikipedia regarding PHP, for example, it gives you a detail of extension, like what different extension in PHP and all of that. But yeah, for example, you can, because PHP can run PHP 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, things like that. Uh, Filtering, you can far PHAR, and you, for example, here, if sometimes you can pass the filter but you can't run it because the web server is not instructed to say PHP 5 run it as script. This is active by default for Apache server. At the time of writing a word, the system, the sysadmin may have changed the default configuration or server may be out of date, so it's well worth trying. Eventually we find that .far extension pass, for example here, and you get same as we did before, and you upload. But we saw that the code was using path and for PHP to get the last character, usually that. But what happened if the filter, the input slightly different? Let's try uploading a file called. Oh, this one is also another trick, because if the script only check the first dot, so we know it's a JPG and ignore the last one. So this is one of the tricks you can do, like you call it .php, .jpg, .php. Sometimes we already know that JPG file are accepted, so what if the filter just checking .jpg, the first one, and then you do that and filter in and check the next one. For example here, because is accept file from user, say file name as if it's because here if a string .jpg exists. Let's play around this. The next one, it's annex. Let's remove that, go home, annex, and then we have the annex one. As always, we can come here and we come to our annex. So we have a privacy and assets. Privacy, I don't remember this. Oh, this one is different. What exactly? Upload a file, press help. Let's put help and see what. Let's do this first of all. Clear what we have there, refresh that, see what exactly is doing. jQuery, we have script there. What exactly? This script is strange for me. Let's go to debugger. The script, click there to see it nicely. It said select upload. Remember, this is, you can see if you read it quickly, is obfuscate function, but it doesn't check in the. That's why the checking is in the server side, not in the client side. So we can see this one. Let's go back to our network. Let's go this. So now help. What help we can do? Select it, open a file. You can go to our root file, go to see if pict is accepted, mountain.jpg, and then he said you need to type upload, and he says submit success, file upload successfully, and then what's the next one? Chosen. What we supposed to do in this room again? Assets and privacy. What is assets and privacy? Let's do that. Privacy. Okay, so the image go to privacy folder. Okay, well, assets, I think just where he put his GS, the image. Oh, what's inside that one? Filter.php. Hmm. Let's go back. So that's why the image get uploaded. Okay, now let's try if we can upload. Uh, select. Let's select our shell. If I say upload, file type is invalid. Now let's do the trick that we saw before. So we have two shells here. Copy shell. Let's call it shell.jpg.php like that from that. So we just copy in. So if I do select again and do upload, file type is invalid. So it's not doing. Let's move that shell.jpg to shell.php. Let's say 8 now. Let's do select file, php 8, upload, file upload successfully. Let's put the less now. uh, nc minus lv lvnp 9001. Let's see if it's there. Refresh, and you can see even if it add the random number, we can still check it. If you click on it, no, it doesn't run. So PHP 8, it's not running as a PHP. We can try other extension. For example, PHP 8 is new, this room is old, so let's try. Let's move shell PHP 8 to shell.php 7. Let's see a 7. Yeah, you can try until you find something. So it's not like select PHP 7, upload. File type is invalid. Oh, PHP 7 is invalid. Okay, move shell 7 to shell.far. file is invalid. Let me go back to that code. It doesn't check because it said which one left. We didn't try these smaller ones. We try 7, did we? Let's see 5. Move shell dot far to shell dot php 5. Five, it's working. Okay, it's same as the room. Okay, now we got shell. Let's go to that. cd var w ls cat flag.txt. And we got the flag. Next one, same things as this one. Let's exit. Next one will be we did Java, we did Annex. No, it's Magic. Let's go back to Magic. Okay, go to the network. Let's clear the network, refresh this page. Now the magic basically is we have a look at server-side extension filtering, but let's also take an opportunity to see how magic numbers checking could be implemented as a server-side filter. As mentioned previously, magic numbers are used as a more accurate identifier of files. The magic numbers of file is string of hex digits. And is always the very first thing in the file. For example, you can see them in hex editor because, for example, if I let's say ls pictures, if I do hex edit root pictures, for example, if I do you can see it's a PNG, and that's the first one. You can see the PNG files, and then you can know them from where is that copy link. Let's open it here. You can see the list of the magic number. If you do Control F, I'm looking for PNG. That's the pickup PNG. That's the PNG. If I go back to my hex editor and let's scroll it down, you see now this line is of this line 89 50 4E 47 0D 0A 11 0A. You can see that is exactly what you see there. That's the magic numbers. Okay, Control X. So now the idea is, for example, our shell, you remember we did our shell file shell in Linux. It will tell you it's an ASCII text characters. So now how to bypass this filter? So of course this is the demo is demo. We doing in Magic. What trick is doing? Does he do trick here? What we supposed to do here? Oh, get that. Okay, let's do now this. So basically, this idea sometimes when you try to upload a file. So for example, if I come back here, it said select a file to upload, and now if I select a file to upload, select a file to upload, I start with the default always to check. For example, I go we forgot to do something. um, we need to find where it get upload the file, so we can do magic. We go to graphics, so we got it, it's graphics, so we can go to this one that we no, console, graphics, let's remove that. Sorry, I messed up. Graphics, and then magic, and the end is graphics folder. It's say forbidden because there's no images. So let's first of all, so if I do select file now and I go to my images for testing, I go to pictures, and let's see, I'm looking to PNG file, and it's a chosen for this one, and upload. It's a only GIF, please, so only GIF files. So now let's refresh. Let's see what is calling. Is calling this jQuery. We're not interested in. We go to the not console, debugger, and I can see is calling this script, the same script as before. This one is not. Well, it's not what we. It's not. It's a server side, so we're not testing it here. Of course, the habit is always do the page source, so you can know what's going on in the file. This is the .gs. Submit, nothing interested here, but here we know it tell me that I need to upload a GIF files. So if I go to this and look for the GIF, now we have two GIF. We give this one, this no 3761 and 39. We can test the first one. The trick is usually to add, because a JPG we do 4 letters, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 there, so we can go to I can go to my shell.php. Usually the trick is just do add the letters is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I add 6, I save. If I do file index and do shell, I'm still in Axie now. I do hex editor. Let me open shell. Now I need to change the numbers to correspond with this one. When it flashes like that, just type 47, 49, 46, 38, 37, 61, and you can see in the screen here it switched to GIF, so we are fine in that one. If I press Ctrl X, it said save changes, yes. Now if I do file shell, now it changed to say it's a GIF image, because it can hex editor, the first one for hex. Now let's try if we find this one. Now it works. If I do select file from here, if I'm a root, now I do the shell, open. If I upload, now it's upload. Let's put that let's do the other channel, guys. I told you it's good to pineapple p minus p 9001. Let's try different shells. Menu. Listener, it's listening in 9001. Now if we go to this one, now refresh, forbidden, you don't have permission. Magic upload, Yeah, if it's upload in share.php. Now if I do session, I got session 1. What ID? Now it's cleaner. This one it's cleaner flag.txt. I'm very interested in one thing. Let me exit this. Wait, exit freeze. I'm still trying to figure out that part of it. Uh, why in the first one, this one? Open image in your tab. The images and the asset. Okay. So the idea is, we guess it's in the graphics. So this one is basically we did the magics. The next, let me see if the time, it's 28 minutes left. Example methodology task 10. We have seen various different type of filter now, both client side and server side, as well as general methodology for file upload attacks. In the next task, you will going to be given a black box file upload challenge to complete, so let's take an opportunity to discuss an example methodology for approaching this kind of challenge is in a little more depth. The first thing you will to do is, of course, look for website as a whole using browser extensions such as Webalizer, Burp Suite. Check for the header. Having found an upload page, we will then aim to inspect further, looking for source code. Use GoBuster, check the extension minor. We'll try now these things, we'll do them now. How will you file upload that GoBuster story? If you can successfully upload a file with total invalid extension, then a chance are that the server is using an extension blacklist to filter. Okay. Try re-uploading your original accepted innocent file, but this time change the magic numbers, map type, eliminate file length, filter in case, all of that. This is more about methodology. Where are we going now? Oh, the challenge. I think I need to take a break before start that challenge. Let's let me take a break for a moment. It's and then we come back to this challenge. So again, I don't get confused. Let me take a break. Let me pause. Everybody, I'm back. Let's now go to challenge optional. This they remove it from the room. It's individual, and they give you this task file. If you download it, you get these random numbers. Let's copy it. Control C. Let's go to there. It seems that keywords or something. Let's call it vim words.txt. Okay, now let's continue. So the next one is jewel. J E L. Let's remove that one. Let's start fresh in the network. Remove that one. Let's go to this jewel. Okay, there's too many XSS. SSS. Oh, we have upload.js background. We assume the upload is the one that do the control. Okay, that's the upload file. Yes, it's the one that do the control. If event tagged, no, it's not. No, it is. Check magic numbers. Check magic numbers. Uh, check file size. That's not our problem. It check the magic number too. And it check file extension, name split, uh, JPEG, and it must be JPG file. I need check the magic number. So what we can do, okay, let's start with the classic first of all before we jump. So let's get the dual things. Let's see. Okay, the other thing we can do is minus x, because we check for all extension. Let's say GS, HTML, PHP, TXT. If you are in room, you do all too many files like zip and all of that. If there is backup file or back or wherever, you invest, for example, anything that you can find. So you need this content, because remember 3.1, it means there's some login or something, because this is a redirect. 3.1 200, we can add, there's an admin there, these models, this content. So that's interesting. Let's get that one with that. So we got an admin. Okay, we got content. It's a page not found for whatever reason, and models, page not found too, even it's there. Models admin, I don't think it's, I think that's it. So the admin, model, and content. How about that admin one? We can go down with one in admin side. I don't think we'll find anything. Just kill it. So we know there's something, because you can see the the admin is the key, and then there is models, and we can't access for some reason, but it said you page not found in models, page not found in content, page something here exists in page admin. Use this font to activate models from the models directory. So, and here it said the model directory is uh, page not found for whatever reason. How about index.js? Not found. Why it keeps saying not found? Inspect, not you. Not found. Okay, and this one, what exactly do? It doesn't have special, it's just call admin. So it call admin from the model. So the model is um, so it's dot models test. Model doesn't exist, and submit failed is nothing. Partial.js, what this file is? Debugger. Huh. Activated model doesn't exist. You didn't select the model to activate. Green, red, this is just a response. Let response search parameter get submit, append, so basically it doesn't give me, search parameter new series URL search parameter window location search. If search parameter has submit condition text model doesn't exist and things like that. So this one is so basically just a response. We don't have how this model activate and not activate. Okay, so what else we have? We have uh, this content that say it doesn't exist. We have that. We have that. At least we have some things. We have the assets. Assets should be usually the constant. Of course, the the one that you always don't forget about it. Let me close this one. We did already. This one we already saw in the debugger, but so the asset is just where it put the CSS stuff and file. Accept image, it's the JPEG image. This background, that's the upload.js, we talk about it. And because it's a client side now, let's try to remember this time is a problem because it's not just check-in, it's also do the document, so we can just stop it. Let me explain to you what. Remember before when we tried to trick these things, we just came here to network. What happened here? Remember before what we did that trick, we just blocked it. We just say block URL and then we just refresh the page. If you do that, you can't upload. If you click now on the mouse, select doesn't work because this script is not just selecting, it has the document for uploading, so we can just cancel it. So now we need BEP for this thing. We can't we can use Firefox. I will show you the trick how to use it later on, but let's play with the let's play first with BEP. Let's go to BEP clearly. Let's clear BEP. Let's put BEP there. Now it's blocked, so we can see there. So we can go to BEP and no, not you. And you can say don't accept response to this server. So we have that forward, and then first of all let's see the header. You can see when we got the request, the response, see what it say. This is engine X 1.18.0, so we know it's an engine X. So let's put this one in information. It's an engine X, so it's a GS, so we know it's a GS server, and it's express. We can see this also from the server because in when you do this, let me show you forward. Now it just forward. You might think what exactly happened here. When I say GS, because if you look for example here, when you click here, it's not yet. Let's see what's going on here. So we can see that the file here, the background, you can forward it. jQuery, you can forward it. This one you can forward it. Let me show you something you might have problem to refresh the page. Let's, for the sake of me do the mistake, no, and just do this. Forward everything. Forward that one and finish. Let's finish. Let me show you what I mean to understand. Remember when we said this, you can also see it in Firefox. Um, so if I do this and he said to him, do intercept response forward, you can see we know it's an engine X forward. Now I want to see show you something in case forward all. Uh, because there's a mistake can happen to you guys and you might not realize it. Let me show you something. Disable. Let's do this. When it's cached, I mean when it was cached. Um, you see now it said cached. So let me show you something so you can understand what I mean. Remember the response, you have got a nice image in gem jewel. Uh, let me show you the response raw. Oh, this is the HTML. Where is the header? You see the header in Firefox. Keep alive, e tag x counter byte. Uh, it's also tell you it's a Next.js. You can see Next.js 1.18 Express. So you can know also in Firefox you can know the server. So let's. I just want to show you the because when it's cached like that, it's cache scripting. The script is cache, and let's say if I do bep now, and I just not refreshing the page, just call it directly, intercept on. What's going on? Because I have this problem before, and when you do intercept response to the server, and then you can forward, and then you get the response express forward. It's still working. I don't know. When I was testing it, sometimes you don't see the upload. Okay, it's fine. You can do this one. We can forward it because it's a normal jQuery. The background we can forward it, but this one we need to intercept. And then if I forward this one, it forward. You can see what happened. Forward this one. Nothing happened. We couldn't stop it because it's in cache. You see guys what I'm talking about. So now you get lost to say how I do it. You need to click Control F5 now. You need to remove the cache. So Control F5, now I can come back here and do this and say do intercept response forward. Now I got the response, my first response as well, and then if I response, then now we got these things. So the query forward, the background forward, that one forward, this one I do intercept forward. Now I got it. You see Control F5 to clear your cache. Now we got this. We can't delete this. It's part of the stuff. Uh, where's the check? Yeah, the size we're not sending big files, so we are cool in that. We're not sending the file extension, and then we can just forward this one. You can the font forward it. So now we can do. So we can go to our let's see, nc minus l vmp is the 1 2 3 4. Remember, hey, I supposed to do shell. I'm already have what's his name, the burp. Let me get shell from here. 1 2 3 4. Um, my IP is 223.131. 223.131. 223.131. Let's make sure so we don't do mistake. 223.131. The reason what's going on now? yeah, you can scroll down here because you get all this NC. Look for Next.js, Python. Where is the Node.js? I test this one didn't work for me. This one work, so we can copy this one, take it to our file. uh, let's call it vim shell.js, and we can copy that. So let's see if everything works fine. If I select this one, root shell.js, we're not testing, so we can do all file shell.js. Let's see if it does work. What's happening? Oh, the post request, I forgot. We need to come back to what's his name, to burp, and do forward. This one is a font, we can forward. This one I did twice, so let's see what happened here. Why I'm not getting a response in the forward? No, this one I just the post I did again is not going. What's going on here? Select. Let's try that JPG things. Forward. File 64. Oh, now the file is done. Content. Let's stop burp. Shell.js.jpg. Page not found. Why you keep saying page not found? Here the part where they got confused is what exactly the role of this admin.php. To be honest, guys, I don't lie to you. I read some hints in this room creator. If you need help, there is a series of hints here. I couldn't really figure out what exactly the model is doing. So the idea here, they said, oh, hold on, let's be clear. I forgot here a reason why. Because remember they give us these random names. I forgot, but because I forgot to check. You see, that's a mistake we did. When you do this, Jewel, view page source. This background.js. Why I don't see them? Where is the network? Oh, you can see the image here. This you can see the names are very strange names. LLLCK and something. If I go now there, they are under content. You see, they are under content. So why don't see them in the source file? So you see them, 3 character LKJ under the content. So basically, if you remember this file they give us, so this is like the names of the file. So we can go back to our file here and look for JPG file and look for, but we use the word list we have now, not the one that we usually use. Oh, sorry. We need to look for under the content folder. Now you can see we find ABH. So now you will not tell us not found because we have in the right names. ABH. Why is going to new line? I hate Firefox when you do this. Model, I don't know if I go there. So that's the image. Then we have LKQ. Then we have NLD. Or NLD is ours. It said the image HTTP URL upload NLD.jpg can't be displayed because it contains errors. Now here's what the kicker. It seems that to activate these things, you need to come here and activate it. For whatever reason, I don't see the logic, to be honest. I saw the hints, but this room is a bit strange for me. So because now we are in admin, so we need to go out of the admin. From the model directory, from models. I don't know what models because it's under content and the model directory is set and empty, so the image is under content. So if you click there, do we have a shell? And we have got connection received, and then if you go id cd var w ls, and you can the flag.txt. Now I'm not really happy with this logic because I don't see the logic. Let's do Python the 3.9 the p minus p 1 2 3 4. Let's try this one for now. Let's do something else. The logic here, I just don't get it. I saw the hints, I'm fine. Remember we did burp. Let's burp disable. Let's get back there. Remember we did this all these tricks using burp. Let's do Firefox now. Let's go back to read that file. Where is that file? Remember he was checking, his problem is checking these magic numbers. Remember when to bypass this, we end up to delete the whole things. We can do that without using burp. Now how to do that? If I go now here, because I'm not using burp, if I select for example that the one that we did shell.js.jpg, file successfully uploaded. Huh. No, the first one, the other one. Let's all files. Remember when we tried to upload shell.js, it said invalid file type. That thing, invalid file type, is coming from this because of the magic numbers. You can see he's checking it there and he doesn't find it. Um, no, there is something not right. This control F5. If I select, for example, shell.js.shape, he's not supposed to upload it. Yeah, he said invalid file format. Okay, now because we refresh. Now, why is because this is blocking it. So even if we say it's an image, this one is blocking it. So how can we bypass this in Firefox? We did it in with burp. Let's say if you want to bypass it without using that, what we can do is this. Remember when it say where is that file? This line. This line it means even target result is the basics for data URL, data image. So we check in the data if it's there, then split one gets just basics for part, because this is a JavaScript for basic decode base 64. A slice and takes the 3 byte number magic and then compare them to say it's an image. Now listen, you see this trick. Let's copy this. What I can do is this. You see now this one, that JavaScript that do me problems. Where is that JavaScript? No. Um, I can go to debugger and go to that JavaScript, this upload one. You see now these things, just this one, it a breakpoint here. When you click on it, you can see I'm doing a breakpoint in this one. And then what I can do, I just upload and I go back to upload my shell.jsp now. Now it stopped. Firefox stop it in this point. When it stopped here, I can go to the console. Control V will tell if it's warning. I must do allow pasting, and then just do that. Now what I'm saying to you, what I'm saying is this is after. What I'm saying is what is the debugger? The debugger. I'm trying to override the function to be always true. So that's why I'm doing this. So I'm doing this. So if I do now in debug and continue, and it didn't work for something reason. It worked before. Why is not working now? Hmm. Sometimes when you do video, it worked before. Now suddenly it doesn't work. I go to console function and valid file format. If I didn't test it before, I will lie. So it was working before. Why is it not working now? Uh, okay, let's upload the file. Console. That's very strange. My goodness, sometimes it didn't work. Control F, F5. I'm trying to stop this magic number from doing so. Shell console invalid file format. I did try it before, it did work when I tried to use it in Firefox, I don't know. Not sure if sometimes trying to do things smarter doesn't work always. Console, fictional tab. Sorry guys, I don't know, because the idea I thought we can try to jump this part here, because this is one is controlling the magic numbers. Here's the question, what happen if we do shell.js.jpg? It doesn't work if we do jpg image. Where is in any case, I think that the best way is like just leave it with burp. So basically, the only way to see it is Control F5, refresh the page, do burp, select no, not select a file, go to burp. No, not you. Uh, so basically, you go to burp, do intercept response, forward. You forward there, so you have the three. You forward the query, you find jQuery, you forward the background, you intercept this one, response to this one, and you forward. You go to GS, you come here and forward, and then we start the problem before. You need to refresh again, the problem with refreshing the page, Control F5. So do intercept response this request, forward. You forward the query, the color, you forward the background, that's not, you intercept this one, you forward, then you get this one, you come here and delete what need to be deleted. Check magic, check file size, and then you hit forward. You can forward the font, that's fine. Then you can come back here, then you select the shell.js, and then you come back here and you can forward. That's the font, you can forward it, and you had the file was uploaded, and then you can come here to go basta and get the new name for the file. So that's how it's solved. but I don't know why Firefox now doesn't work for me. It was working before, suddenly it stopped working. I was thinking to, how about split it there? Okay guys, we can use it with Bear for now. I'm not sure of what Firefox didn't work for me when I'm doing the video. Yeah, it's a bit nice room. What did we find? Oh, there is no flag. We got flag, but we're not finishing it. What's this? Well, that's done. Hopefully you all learned something from completing this room. Was a very brief introduction to the basic of file upload vulnerabilities. There are a lot of more to learn. Use what you learned. Now that you've finished this room, remember to revert changes to made your host file way back to tax1. On Linux, don't use this type of command. You might mess up your file. Just open it. You can just go open your file and delete it by hand. This better. Just go delete this line. Said and something like that. If you do mistake, you might mess up the whole file. So basically, yeah, the I hope you liked it, guys. If you have question, let me know. So basically, the first one is straightforward. The overwriting, the RCE, the filter, something like that. So for just for note, you can if those of beginner, this one is where you get your shells. It's always in the attack box, so you can get it online. It's reverseshell.com. You can get all the shells that you need. For the This is a nice to start using it, because when you do in rooms and you start getting reverse shell, you need to stabilize the shell. This one comes stable, straightforward, and has other features also to upload things and upload the file and things like that, so it's easier to work with. NC size for small one. For this room I can get, but as I said, I'm a little bit this part. I'm not to activate things. I'm not sure, but I get the logic behind. It's more like pure coincidence or something. I got the hint from the room creator itself, so from his write-up. So yeah, I hope you guys will like it. If you have question, let me know, and have a good day, and thank you very much.